All right, here goes. Ready? So, Jackson, help me.
So you do
Pythagorean theorem.
You do 61 plus 32.
Plus, wait, which one's the hypotenuse?
That one's 61.
This is the hypotenuse.
Yeah.
So that's the c, right?
Yeah.
So I have to do c squared minus,
30, yeah.
and then solve it. Go. Which one are you doing? Are you doing 61 squared?
Oh, I know that.
You put it all in? What'd you get? I didn't even bring my calculator today. This is not going to be good. Thank you. Okay, so we have 61 squared minus 32 squared, and I got 2697 is equal to c squared, b squared, right? So b is equal to the square root of that, which is 51.932. 51.93. Okay, now, that was the easy part, right? No, the easy part is the next. How do I find the sign? I look for t, which is right here. This side is the hypotenuse. Which side is the adjacent? How do you know? It's next to it, and it's not the hypotenuse, so this side is the opposite, right? Sine is so. So it is 51.93 over 61. There's our fraction answer. How do I find the decimal answer? And I get 0.851. You what? Way to go. You want this test, don't you?
Yeah. Same. Get my grade up.
Okay, so here we go. That's what we did yesterday. All right. Why do I minus it instead of add it? Because it goes, Pythagorean theorem says a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The only thing you have to remember is c is the hypotenuse. A's and b's don't matter. But so if I look at this, my hypotenuse is the 61. So it's going to go 61 squared here. And I could go 32 squared here plus b squared. And then I solve it. Yeah. Okay, I switched this over. B squared equals 61 squared minus 32 squared, right? Which is what I did. Good? Okay. All right. Questions from yesterday's homework? It was easy, huh? It was easy, and I like easy. Kate's going, it's nothing in math is fun. But this one was. This one's easy. See, both sides of you said, yes, we'll take this one.
Wait, this is our thing for.
No questions? This was yesterday's homework.
I turned it in.
You already turned it in. They said it was easy and fun. How about this side? You didn't turn it in? You just need to. What about you, Weston? Didn't touch it, did you?
Wait, Mrs. Hawks, did you get mine?
Did you do it? It would be the... Oh, my gosh. Are you gonna turn it in? Okay. Just asking. Okay, so if this is our homework yesterday, and we all are done, we can go to the next part, which is just as easy. Okay, so today's stuff, we'll start with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Meadow, would you pass it to Gracie and Emma?
All these reads. This is. How many trees did we go through here? We recycled. Oh yeah.
guessed on the bottom too.
You just do the same
They're
thing
really
over
good.
and over. Remember we talked about baking paper?
Wait, we don't have homework?
Still we have homework.
Of course, yeah.
This is not our homework, this is our notes.
Yeah. But 6.4 will be our homework.
6.4 will be our homework. Okay, we're ready. Here goes. So, everybody's going, that information you gave me yesterday was totally worthless and of no value. And I'm going to tell you it is, because it's going to help us find and solve things like, now we can find the angles of a triangle. And we can find the side length of a triangle if we know an angle.
I'm gonna ask my dad the last time we found.
You didn't get one? Okay, well, I'll send one. I thought I had sent enough, but obviously I didn't. Here. Send that to Larry.
To who?
Larry.
Larry. You know that, Mrs. Fox?
What?
Look at this. If I split this right here, send her to Larry. 180, 180.
Two triangles make 180. Yeah. We already talked about that. Look, you learned it. Okay, so here we go. We are going to use this information to find information on a triangle. The very first thing I want you to do is take your calculator, and I want you to change your mode, which if you have a calculator like mine, or you're using your cell phone and you have a calculator like mine, I want you to change your mode. So turn it on, change your mode to degree right here. You go to mode. It's the third one down. Slide it over, put it in degree mode. Okay? Now, if you use the calculators in my room, you're going to have to change the mode to degree mode, or you're going to get the wrong answers. If you're using your phones, you need to change it to degree mode, or you're going to get the wrong answers. Okay? Okay, so here we go. We're now all in the right mode. We're going to consider this triangle right here. And we want to find all the missing stuff on this triangle. Okay? So what we need is we have a triangle. We'll label this side A, or corner A, this corner B, and this corner C. Okay? On a triangle, we have three angles. Angle A, angle B, angle C. And we have three sides. And we're going to call this little one that's straight across from A, we're going to call it little a. This would be little b. This would be little c. That just makes life easy. So we have little a, little b, and little c. Now there's a couple of these that we know. For example, how big is angle C? 90. How did you know that, Madison? Wasn't it you that said 90? Oh, was it Brett? It was Alyssa. Clear back there, and I heard you. I'm surprised. Push your button and tell me how you knew it was 90, Alyssa.
Because it's a right.
Yeah, it's got that little box in there. That little box tells us it's a right angle, which makes it 90 degrees. Okay? We also know from this triangle that this angle is 63. Okay, you should all be able to figure out how big angle B is. How big is angle B? And how did you get it? Nobody knows. I have failed.
What's the answer?
180 minus 90 plus 63.
There you go. There you go, Emma. Good job. Tell us what it is, would you?
I don't know what it is, but I'll figure it out.
Figure it out and let us know, okay? So we know the angles of a triangle equal 180 degrees. So she took 180 minus 90 minus 63, and she got 27 degrees. So this angle right up here is 27 degrees. Okay, now if we're looking at sides, they told us that B is 4. And we need to find the other two sides of this triangle. And this is how we're going to use our SOHCAHTOA stuff we did yesterday. Okay, so we look at this and pick a side. Do you want to find A or do you want to find C? A. Okay, so A is right here. This side is from 63, because that's the angle I'm using. What is this side? It's the opposite, right? This side is the hypotenuse, right? And this side is the adjacent. So we have the adjacent side. We want to find the opposite side. Which one of our words uses opposite and adjacent? Tangent, right? Uses opposite and adjacent. So I just write down here, tangent. I use my angle. My angle was 63 is equal to the opposite, which I don't know, over the adjacent, which is 4.
Okay, how is this easier?
Is that good? Is it focused? Okay, now, how many variables do I have in this equation? 1, so I could solve it then, right? What's my goal? What's my goal? To get A by itself, right? How do I get A by itself, Hutch? Times it by 4. So I times this side by 4. I times this side by 4, and what happens? I get A is equal to 4 times the tangent of 63, right? Now I take my calculator, and I go like this. 4 times. There is these 3 little buttons right here across the middle of your calculator. See them? Sine, cosine, tangent. See them right there? You wondered what they were. That's what they are. Sine, cosine, tangent. We want the tangent of 63. Push your button, and our answer for side A is 7.85. Are you in radian mode? Are you sure? Check your mode. Did you move over and press enter? Yours is in radian. So go to degree. Over and press enter. Now it is. It's on my desk. It's on my desk. It's over there. Oh, type it again. 4 times. Tangent. 63. There you go. Got it? Got it? Did you get it? Yeah. Okay. Anybody else having troubles with that? Okay, now, you guys, we have 5 of the 6 things we need, right? How can I find C? Anybody got an idea how to find C? You kind of put your hand up, then put it back down. Alyssa? Exact. You can do A squared plus B squared equals C squared, can't we? Pythagorean theorem again, right? We got that. So we just go A, which is 7.85 plus B squared. B, which was 4 squared, equals C squared. We type it in again. 7.85 squared plus 4 squared equals 77.6225 equals C squared. So I take the square root of that, and my answer is 8.81. And I just solved the whole triangle. I know every side, and I'm good to go.
Maybe we should.
What? We're going to do a lot, right?
Maybe we don't take
We get out of class at what time?
2 minutes.
15. We've got 25 minutes still. We're good. We're good. Okay, here we go.
You know, Miss Hawks, maybe we don't take tests.
Well, we'll see. We'll decide. Keep going. Okay, so you guys looking at this, we just did this little piece right here, right? They use all of this stuff till right here to do the same problem. So we're going to try this problem right here now. Okay? This problem right here. It says, now consider this triangle. Okay? We have, this side is A, this is B, this is C. So we got to find 3 angles. A, B, sorry, I put the equals in the wrong place. C, little a, little b, little c. Okay, here we go. This side is little a, this side is little b, And this side is little c. Go ahead, Kayla. You could choose where you put it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, do I know any of the angles? Yes, you do. You know the right angle, which is which one?
90.
C is 90. Do I know A and B? No. How about these over here? Do I know any of the sides? I know all of them. A is 4, B is 3, C is 5, right? So here's how it works. Ready? Here's how it works. We have to go, which angle do I want to find first? And it doesn't matter. That's not a 0, that's a theta. It's another variable. Okay? Okay, so here we go. Let's say we want to find A first. Okay? I can use whatever one I want because I know sine is, this is the hypotenuse. From A, this side is the opposite. Hey, shh. This side is the adjacent. All right? So I can pick. Which one do you want to use? Pick sine, cosine, tangent, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because I can use them all. TOA, you want to use tangent again? Okay. Tangent of A, which is what I'm trying to find, is equal to opposite, which is 4 over adjacent, which is 3. How many variables do I have in that equation? 1, right? Just the A. So here's how it works. We have to move that tangent from this side to this side. Everybody knows that, right? So to move that tangent from this side to this side, I do what is called like squaring. You have a square root, right? When I'm adding, I have subtracting. It's called the inverse, right? So we're just going to do the inverse tangent, and we're going to write it like this, with a little -1 up there. 4/3. Okay, let's go to our calculator, and I want you to look right above the tangent button in the blue. What's right there? Tangent with the -1. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to push the second button so I get the tangent with the -1. I'm going to push 4 divided by 3, and my answer is 53.1. How do I find B? Add A and C together and subtract it from 180. 180 minus 53.1 minus 90. Oh, plus 90. Oh,
36.9.
something like that.
Did that in my head.
Good job. 36.9, and there's our answers. We're done with our problem. Okay, so turn the page. And they tell us all the way down to here how to do this. Now they give us 4 examples. We're going to do a couple of them, okay? And you don't have to find, every time you don't have to find everything, but in this case it looks like we are. So let's practice. What do you want to solve for? Let's put A, B, and C on the first one. We'll call this A. This way? Okay. We'll call this one B. And we'll call this one C. So I've got angle A equals angle B equals angle C equals. And then I have little a, little b, little c. Ready? Put in what I know. C is 90. B is 21. Good.
Now A.
How would I find A? 79. How'd you get it? Is it 79 really?
I don't know.
I think it's 69. Isn't it? Here. 90 minus 21. Yeah. Okay. How about these little ones, A, B, and C? Do I know any of those? What? It depends. The 10. Which one is the 10? Okay, look which one it's across from. So it's A. Okay, now I need to pick which one I want to solve for. Do I want to solve for B or do I want to solve for C? What do you think?
B.
B. Okay, we'll pick B. B is this one over here. Okay, which angle do you want to use? Doesn't matter. We'll pick 21, right? So this side is what? Opposite. This side is adjacent. Which one uses opposite and adjacent? From yesterday, which one uses opposite and adjacent? Tangent. So tangent, the angle goes next to it, 21, equals opposite B over A, which is 10. How do I solve for B? How do I solve for B? What do I got to do to solve for B? I got to get B by itself, right? How do I get B by itself? Times by 10. So times by 10. These go away. I get B equals, I can type this in my calculator, 10 tangent 21. And my answer is 3.84. How do I solve for C? Add A squared plus B squared equals C squared, right? So 10 squared plus 3.84 squared equals C squared. So I type in my calculator, 10 squared plus 3.84 squared equals, and then take the square root of the answer, and it's 10.71. And there's my answers.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let me pass out your homework. We'll do some together.
Let's do it. You know how to do it? Hope so. I don't.
Three, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
How many legworks can I have?
How many papers can you have?
Legwork? Yeah. You can't have any.
None more.
None more for me?
Well, depends on what you want to get as a citizenship. Well, then none more. Why, do you have any more?
I'll turn in most of you. What?
Don't turn them in late. Okay, here we go. Look what this says. Now, a lot of people looked at this and said 2 pages, that's a lot to do. But really, there's 26 problems, and these 2 are multiple choice. So I just tried to give you some room, okay? Because I think it's important to show your work and see where you're at. On the first ones, all you have to do is find the angle that it asks for. They want you to solve for angle A. So here we go. Are you ready? You only have to solve for A. You don't have to solve the whole triangle. Okay? So look at what it gave us. It gave us what sides? What side is this? What side is this? It's the hypotenuse. How do you know? There you go. It's diagonal from the right angle. What side is this? Adjacent. Which one of those 3 uses adjacent and hypotenuse? Do you remember our word? SOHCAHTOA. Which one uses adjacent and hypotenuse? Cosine. So I go cosine of A is equal to adjacent, 12, divided by hypotenuse, 13. I'm trying to get what alone?
The A.
The A. So what do I need to move?
The cos.
Cosine. To move it, I do the inverse thing, remember? That little thing like that. 12 over 13. So here I go on my calculator. I put in second cosine. 12 divided by 13. What's my answer? A is equal to 22.6. And I'm done. Go to the next problem. Because they don't need me to find everything. It just says round to the nearest 10. Go to the next problem. Okay, try the next one. Everybody try it. Go. Figure out what sides you've got. Are you guys good? You get it? How about you, Brooke? Yeah. Melissa? You got this? Think so? Better? Yeah. You could use it. Oh, what did he say?